opinions are free, which is why we're here. It's news and talk that our sponsors agree on. WCTR.
Up next, it's Area 53 and Marvin Trill broadcasting live from his trailer in the desert.
A new planet found in space. Is it really a planet or a decoy put up to confuse us? Ghosts, time travel, and the flushing toilet. Which way did Newton's toilet spiral? And finally, are women made from sand? We explore deeper and get to the truth. I'm Marvin Trill. This is Area 53. Hello. You're on the line.
Yeah, hi. I'm a truck driver and listen to your show all the time. I see a lot of unexplained phenomena out there, especially in restrooms. I agree with you about the moon. We never landed on the moon. It's such a good fake.
Remember, the Russians, our archenemy still, I might add, them and the Australians and some species of dog, they beat us into space.
The only thing the Russians are shooting into space are hot dogs and monkeys. Kind of a Noah's Ark fast food kind of vibe. Hey, my dead aunt could make a better space station than them.
Intriguing. I'd like to meet her. On the conspiracy line, caller, you're in Area 53.
Do not use fluoride. It's evil. It made me kill my doctor.
Why would we worry about a chemical that the government puts into the water? Animals can now be trained to fly, including several species of bird. Think about the military applications. Hello, caller.
Hi, my name's Emmanuel. I'm really worried about hackers sending a nuclear bomb after me, through the phones. Do you think they can pinpoint my location?
Look, it's good for the economy to live in constant fear. I mean, the phone company, they have your name on the bill. They know your number. How do you feel about that?
I knew it.
Hello, Julie from Liberty City. You're on the line.
A cowboy ghost has been haunting my house.
I want you to take off your blouse. Stand at the window. Stand there for hours each night. Lure him in. Trapping rogue spirits is dangerous work, especially topless. Take lots of photographs. All right, who's got a theory for me? Next.
Hey, man, love the show, but when are you guys going to start seeing the bigger picture? We're being lied to, man. And guys like you don't help much, You're virtually one of them. Soon you know what I'm talking about.
If people could please just attempt to make sense, that's all I'm asking. Last night, as I was laying in my pod meditating, and it occurred to me, why are you even listening to me? Turn off all electrical devices, including your radio. Hector in San Garcia, why are you still listening? Think about the things we talked about today. Think. Seriously, think. Can it be real? Can it be false? We'll see you next time in Area 53. Be careful out there, wherever you are.
That was Area 53. We're sorry.
Sometimes the law is not enough.
Did you file the subpoena in the McPherson case?
No, it wasn't urgent. I filed an AO440.
AO440?
I know. So I went shopping for these loafers.
Anyone got a stapler? Got a lot of forms. There's a slight breeze in here.
Law, because paperwork is dramatic. Catch it Thursdays on Weasel before it catches you.
Next up on WCTR, the news. We try to make it interesting and not depressing.
This is Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Foreigners are coming. Who are they and why should we care? The FDA warns shampoo is killing your unborn child. Plus, protests continue outside the Zebra Bar Candy Company. Now for Traffic and Transit with Richard Burns.
That's right, Leanne. I'm Richard Burns. The aftermath of the devastating earthquake continues. Travel is still severely restricted statewide. Officials say there are still no reported casualties, which is truly unfortunate as it makes for incredibly boring news. The federal government is still refusing aid to help rebuild bridges, and everyone is blaming each other. The governor is threatening to bomb Australia, despite scientific proof it wasn't their fault. Richard Burns, WCTR.
Police say gang trouble is on the rise again, especially in Los Santos. Sources believe it is linked to the rising drugs trade, while others blame the fascist pigs. Also in gang news, customs officials report a huge influx of Russian mobsters and cheap weapons since the fall of the wall. The governor's office said everything is okay. In Vinewood news, rapper Mad Dog was celebrating the launch of his new clothing line. Richard caught up with him.
The thing about Mad Dog is, think about becoming a superstar. I mean, I've done everything I could do in the rap game, and one shit hands down. Nobody can handle me, Lifetime champ, no shit. Can I say shit?
Oh, hey man, it's cool.
That's cool. Okay, no shit. I got clothes, I got labels coming out, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing drinks, I got shoes, tires, nice rims. Thinking, next stage is being a full-on superstar, Get to wear a tight suit and nail a lot of tail, you dig? You know what I do in real life. Gotta get me a drink, though, right now. I'm thirsty,
What a troubled man. Sounds like he should lay off the sauce. Also today, a Tourette's theater group banned from the park, unless they take up mine. And finally, in foreign news, a suspected U.S. agent was caught in Panama selling weaponry to right-wing guerrillas, causing a major incident. But we plan mostly to gloss over the implications and hope you enjoy some sporting activity tonight. The State Department is advising against foreign travel. This was Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Let's be careful out there.
Up next on WCTR, it's the man coaches hate. It's Derek Thackeray in the tight end zone. Brought to you by Eris Pump Up Shoes, because women love a winner, and winners wear shoes.
Should we start with the national anthem? Yeah, screw it. Yeah, I got too drunk last night. Just play the opening music.
Put one, put two.
Welcome back to the tight end zone. Now it's time for something really important. Fat men talking about games they don't really understand, played by people they don't know. I'm your host, Derek Thackeray. What a crazy year it's been. Let's recap. Drug scandals involving preschool soccer moms. Ha ha! Woo! And the national finals, rich and popular people are fighting it out. Pay attention. The country is in mourning. And most importantly, sportswear. We talked to a fitness expert about the crucial role of endorsed clothing. And who could forget, we visit the greatest moments.
Here he comes. He's in the shadows. There he is. Is he going to make it? Yes, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just witnessed is the biggest moment in world history. Who cares about a Declaration of Independence or discovery of penicillin? You have just seen one man score a point. When the rest of the world discovers TV, they'll be able to see this. Wow, isn't that amazing? He did what he was paid to do.
We love sports more than you. Love it or loathe it, let's talk about it. Stay in the tight and... let's go to the phones.
Yeah, the Wolves! Hey, Derek, my name's Jason, and I'm a Wolves fan. First-time caller. I don't vote, I can't be bothered. But I will kick your ass if you disrespect my sports team.
Okay, the Wolves, that's a team playing sports as if they cared.
Yeah, the Wolves! I don't care who's sleeping with who on the team.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Okay. Hey, let's take another call. Who's on the phone? Hello, caller. You're on with the tight end of radio.
Hey, I'm a big Olympics fan. Always have been, since day one. Been to every one.
Me too. I love the games, especially the luge. I'm married, so sliding down an icy tunnel of doom at high speed makes sense.
Yeah, I know about frigid action myself. I mean, they gotta be kidding me. Since when has running been an Olympic sport? Running ain't a sport. Don't make me puke. Anyone can run. My ex-wife made me an athlete. I ran my ass off when the Red Baron flew into town.
I tell you, when I was a kid, there were only 3 sports that mattered. Football, baseball, and killing communists. And I had a great childhood, really great, even if my uncle did come into my room that late at night drunk. And, oh, that was nuts. Anyway, look, who's on the line? We got a Caledonians fan on the line. Tough times, huh? Hey, your whole life revolving around rich men playing poorly.
Man, I totally identify with shallow heroes who I don't know personally. God, I love a dude with a big pituitary gland. I love the Callies, man, but this year, I'm telling you, they're going to need to score some points and get some yardage and win the game.
Yeah, if they don't win, men will be beating their wives with good reason. Hey, they got to start playing to win, trying to score some on the other team. Yeah, I wish I had a wife so she could beat me.
Here's what I say, man. If you want to be number one, you got to go for first place.
I know. Hey, I mean, it's great stating the obvious, but once you get paid for it, things get really complicated.
Man, I was at their training camp this spring, and the mood in the locker room, dude, guys were getting changed, man. I mean, they were really getting prepared. Shoes were going on, feet, shirts were going on, the shirt part of their body, serious faces on them, and you could tell that they were going to play this game.
Bottom line is, if they don't score more points than the other team, they can't win.
Yeah, man. God, you have some spooky insight into sports, dude. I love your show, man. I love you.
Yeah, look, great talking to you. Excuse me. Hey, that's really perceptive stuff. You know, we've been petitioning state to install a urinal trough in front of each row of seats. Now, it's so inconvenient having to leave your seat, make everyone stand up, you know, to let you by, then go stand in line for the bathroom. I mean, half the time you can barely walk anyway, all right? So we'll be handing out petitions that say support the team. Don't leave the game, pee at your seat. Going to the phones.
I'm a big fight fan, love a bit of a punch-up. Since my wife and children got taken into a shelter, my friend said, Chuck, you obviously love hitting things. So I've gotten into boxing. How about that fight between Gonzalez and Jackson?
Well, there's one thing about boxing I always remember. You know, one man wins, the other goes home a loser. Because in boxing, unlike most sports, gravity works downwards.
You gotta be shitting me.
Hey, Derek Thackeray, don't shit on no one. But, I do like to piss on my seat and at my seat too. Not really on it, so stay out of the way.
The fight game, that ain't rigged, is it?
Of course not. Hey, how could anything professional be fake? Hey, there's too much money at stake for one thing. I mean, these guys got too much to lose. I mean, why is a guy gonna take a dive for a few extra million when he could earn that over a number of years getting his brain turned to pulp? Be serious for a minute. The clock is counting down again. It's time for Derek to head to the locker room and celebrate in the shower. We'll see you next time. Bring a cooler full of beers and get ready to riot. This has been the Tight End Zone.
And this is WCTR, proving that radio is better than TV. That's the show men with large guts love.
Deal with your ignorance in 1 minute flat. Complex issues in 60 seconds. WCTR.
Coming up next, the most mind-numbing thing since the lobotomy. Entertaining America.
This week on Entertaining America, Richard Goblin, one man's triumphant return to cock. The Sherman Octuplets, a Venturis man says he's slept with them all. Plus, noise, speed, danger, cursing, and patriotism finally come together this weekend at the All-America Drunk Driving Cup. Hi from Vinewood, you're on Entertaining America with me, Billy Dexter, bringing you everything that is important in culture and entertainment, if there is a difference between the two, from the heart of entertainment in America, Vinewood, San Andreas. You with me, the Dex. Wanted to call the show Stack the Dex, but not yet. Kiflum. Anyway, great. Big show for you this week. Controversy, they'll be giving me a Pulitzer. Anyway, today, we've got some great guests. First up, we speak to troubled action hero Jack Howitzer. Then we have a live phone link up with a very special guest, modern-day Lazarus, a man back from the grave, now making it as an extra in major motion pictures. Then, I will explain the secrets of the universe to everyone. But first up, Stack the Dex, in which I, Billy Dexter, meet the entertainers in the news. Kiflum. Jack Howitzer, once the biggest star in America, but the last 3 years have been unkind. People describe him as a dinosaur, an action hero relic from the 80s, a muscle-bound Neanderthal, and my favorite, the most stupid gorilla in the jungle. Jack, welcome to the show, Kiflum.
Good to be here, Dex. Pleasure.
So your movies Exploder and Annihilator got America through some tough times, and I was also a huge fan of 0 Seconds to Death.
Thank you.
But many say your new film has gone too far.
No, this is a romantic comedy with drama. It's got action. It's got a heart. That's what's most important, I think.
Okay, well, let's take a listen to the trailer.
All right, let's roll that.
He was a man at war with himself, fighting a war that someone else lost.
It's over, Tim! The war's over! It's never over!
You've seen him wipe out millions of Cambodians in Exploder. Now, Jack Howitzer is Tim in his most challenging role yet.
We're here, Tim!
A preschool for slow children?
You're the new teacher, Tim!
Special needs cop. It's the story of a psychotic ex-Marine showing tough love to special ed kids.
One of you tards has been running Peruvian flake through the special ed school, and I'm gonna find it. No juice and cookies!
You really suck, Tim!
But soon, he becomes one of them.
What is this?
That's teacher's gun. You wanna see it?
Cool.
Oh, you got it, shot yourself. Way to go!
He was finally beginning to live a normal life. Then, all hell breaks loose.
Tim, you're so stupid. You count with your fingers.
You wanna party with me? Bring it on! Tim, what are you
That's terrible! No wonder our studios are surrounded by protesters.
How could anybody find that offensive?
No, Jack, it's appalling. Your insensitive portrayal of disabled people makes me physically sick. And the idea of you calling someone slow-witted is, frankly, laughable.
Hold on. Drugs are a problem throughout all of society, and I fight them by any means necessary.
Yeah, but you use drugs.
No. I'd rather die than use drugs. I use steroids and some recreational blow. But I got the funds for it. You know, I got the money.
Yeah. Don't you think you're just a little out of touch?
Whoa. Yeah. I'm rich and I work in Vinewood, okay? I'm not out of touch. Action, weightlifting, and killing foreigners. That never goes out of style, Dex. My last film, okay, Loincloth, about a wrestler who's dropped into Thailand and I saved the world by teabagging the bad guys. That's a spiritual picture. That's love teabagging. That stuff ain't out of style.
Yeah, things are more sensitive now.
I was affected, all right, when Ho Chi got hurt and exploded. I mean, I thought it was time to do something. A film that made a difference.
But Ho Chi was a character. Exploded was a movie.
Right. And I was there, and I should have killed them all. Yeah. Don't push me, Dex. I'll give you a war you won't believe. That look in your eye, right here, right now.
Okay, Jack, all I'm saying is you launching missiles from a special wheelchair and killing innocent civilians is somewhat insensitive.
There's never any innocent civilians in life. If the Reds roll down the street right now, what are you gonna do?
The Reds lost, man. It's over. You can come home.
I'll shoot those bastards with this, the family killer!
Jack, put that away, please.
What, this? It's a submachine gun. Come on, it's not serious. Oh, but you're Billy Dexter. Who put you up to this? Gorbachev?
No. You should come down.
I heard what you said about me. You think steroids shrank my genitals.
No.
You said it.
Put the gun down.
My balls?
Please. I'm sure you have huge ones.
That's right.
Please stop.
Come on, they haven't shrunk. Touch them. Feel them. Come on, sniff them. Do something. Touch them. Touch them or die. They're still big.
They're huge,
That's
Jack.
right. Easy. Hey, don't grab them like that. Oh, boy, I was kidding. What are you, a boyfriend of mine or something? Hey.
I had me scared there for a minute. I grabbed myself.
Take it easy. It's not even loaded. Oh, Dex. Oh, shit. Oh, well, I guess it was. Oh, okay, Billy, don't get around. Get up, boy. Get up, come on. Damn it, his brain is leaking. Help! Oh, there's only one thing to do. I gotta defend freedom. No time to cry. Only time to die. Welcome to the land of freedom, bitches!
That was Entertaining America, showing you why America is so respected culturally across the world. Prepare to be scared. The news is next.
This is Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Pop sensation Crow threatens to stop singing. America celebrates. And movies. Are they true? Plus, children. Was Freud right? Do they want us all dead? Now a WCTR exclusive with Richard Burns.
That's right, Leanne. I'm Richard Burns. Crime in Los Santos has skyrocketed, with officials saying carjacking, murder, robbery, and gang activity is all on the rise. Police described it as, and I'm quoting here, nothing to worry about. I met up with a real-life carjacker earlier who showed me the ropes.
I call it the 3 G's. You just grab, get in, and go. You shut up, bitch!
Yeah, you be quiet, bitch. This is a news story. Oh, cool. This is great. This is quality journalism. Back to you, Leanne. Hey, let's get blunted and grab some Cluckin' Bell. I have got mad munchies.
Sounds good to me. Fire it up.
Dude, you got any neighbors?
Youth counselors in Los Santos are heading to the streets and meeting one-on-one with members of the community. One citizen told WCTR the real problem with drugs.
They always say there's too many drugs in the hood. Homie, that's bullshit. Plain bullshit. I mean, the way I see it is, it ain't enough drugs in the hood. Ain't nothing like enough, and that's the real problem for people.
Police still have no leads in the tragic murder of Officer Ralph Pendlebury, whose body was found recently. Pendlebury worked for Internal Affairs. It was believed he was close to uncovering a huge corruption ring within the LSPD. A police spokesman denied the story. A San Fierro man is suing the Renaissance Fair for selling him replica weaponry, which he blames for a string of murders. Richard caught up with him.
I purchased a working catapult at the Renaissance Fair, and after a fight with my insurance salesman over my DWI, I began lobbing balls of fire at his house and burnt down an entire neighborhood. It's inexcusable. The manufacturers will pay. Give me some money. Come on, give me some money. It's their fault. What kind of a person sells a catapult without putting a very clear warning on the side? I don't want to work very hard, so I've hired a lawyer. I'm gonna be rich.
Seems fair enough to me. I'm Leanne Forget. That was the news. Be safe out there.
Hello?
Mom, it's me.
Jimmy! How great to hear from you. How are you?
Not good, Mom. I killed a man drunk driving. I need bail money bad. Can you remortgage the house?
Every day is Mother's Day. San Andreas Telephone for those difficult conversations.
Have you heard the #1 gardening show in San Andreas? If not, here's what you're missing.
Well, why don't you just go buy your vegetables at the grocery store then, you sycophant? God, I just don't understand people.
You go to hell.
Well, screw you too, Mom. See if you're ever on the show again. Next caller. Hello.
Yeah, what's that plant that blooms every 12 years? Is 8 foot high and smells like hell? I want to plant one on my ex-wife's lawn.
It's called Amorphophallus titanium. God, I love to say that. Amorphophallus titanium. The sound of it gives me a redwood in my khakis. If I come back as a superhero, I want to be called that. It's Amorphophallus titanium, the rare botanical wonder. See his 8-foot protrusion as he pollinates on everyone.
But why does it seem so bad?
It's about marking your territory, my man. You don't mark your territory, do you? You should try it. Pee on the front door of your office. Just see if anybody thinks of coming near you.
Okay, I would try that. Thank you so much for the advice, Maurice.
Oh, I'm here to help, sailor.
Gardening with Maurice, only on WCTR.
In darkness, you only have your nocturnal instincts to rely on. Ultimate Disc in the Dark, the electric, stimulating new game that's sweeping San Fierro. It's a non-contact, contact sport where you throw a flying disc in the dark.
I got it! Get him! Nail his ass!
It's a new competitive sport for the uncompetitive, an aggressive, action-packed game for those who love nature and living on the edge. It's harder than football. It's faster than rugby. It's about throwing a plastic disc and catching it. Pitch, then catch, run to the goal and score. Ultimate Disc in the Dark. Just like a real sport, only we made it up, and it has a great social side.
Oh my god, what team are you on?
I'm on the other team.
Me too! Take that, silly.
But if you catch it, you gotta know what to do with it. Some will struggle, some will submit. Everyone is laughing. But it's your quest to come out on top. This is a great excuse for some serious fun and a way to meet people like you and never see them again.
Oh, that's good.
League games begin at sunset every night in San Fierro Civic Park. Or start your own game. And because it's night, it's not too embarrassing to play a strip version. Come and play Ultimate Disc in the Dark.
Talk is cheap, especially on this station. Featuring more rich, angry people complaining. WCTR.
Do you find your daughter's friends attractive, but know they look at you as just a dad? Does the typing pool at work think of you more as a teddy bear than a tiger? Do you whack off in your minivan while listening to teen pop? You know, you'll be dead soon. You've missed out on so much. It's not too late to make a change. At the Midlife Crisis Center, we know you've made a success of yourself. Why are you sharing it with others? Why not enjoy it while you have a chance? What's holding you back? Cowardice. We'll get you to the other side of your despair. We specialize in real estate, divorce attorneys, mistress placement, plastic surgery, hair coloring and replacement, male fur coats, and much more. With a designer clothing store and sports car dealership on site, the Midlife Crisis Center will help you discover life while you still can. Come with your wife, leave with a sports car. While you've made a success of yourself, her chest has gone south. How can you have that trollop on your arm for a second longer? The answer is you can't. Ignore your children. Take yourself seriously. Visit the Midlife Crisis Center today.
It's a favorite show with serial killers and stalkers. Lonely Hearts is next.
All through the sultry anonymity of night and some of the day, you're on Lonely Hearts on WCTR, West Coast Talk Radio. Or as I like to call it, We Can't Talk Right. I love you all. I'm your host, Christy McIntyre. Let's go to the phones.
Hi, Christy. My wife and I love your show. It's really helped.
Aw, thanks. Do you want to tell us about it?
No.
Okay. Jenny on the line from Santa Maria. Hi, Jenny. How's your heart?
Broken, like my arm and two of my ribs.
What happened?
I married my childhood sweetheart, but it all went wrong. He's become a drunk, and he has a substance problem, too. And now he beats me every day.
Stay with him, honey. After all, you're only lonely when you're alone.
But he keeps threatening to kill me.
Jenny, do you know the meaning of the phrase homewrecker?
No.
What about selfish bitch? I want to bring people together, not break them apart. Who's on the phones? It's a big, lonely state out there.
Careful on, Mary. I'm watching you right now.
Notice how many lonely hearts are lunatics? You wonder why, or perhaps not. Brian from Las Venturas.
Hey, dude, my name's Brian. I'm calling from Las Venturas. I want to talk about my heart.
Why do men just repeat back what you say and never listen? Are you brain dead, Brian?
Oh, actually, it's ironic that you say that. It's because my wife's been brain dead for years.
Oh, so sorry. I seemed all insensitive for a second there, possibly ruining my career. Would it help if I slept with you?
Oh, probably not, dude, though. She wouldn't even notice. I mean, I get away with it all the time now. Even after I did it with her sister. Actually, our relationship is better than ever. The passion is amazing. It's like I'm a new person each time. If she was back to the way she was before the accident, wow, I'd put her in a coma myself. I mean, it's fantastic.
That's very informative. You know, last night I wondered what it would be like to be brain dead. Then I watched My Five Uncles. God, I'd love to live in that house. Remember, a heart can mend, but a divorce lasts forever. Unless it makes you a widow. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Lonely Hearts. I was just calling up there because I was listening and I figured out, that I could help out some of y'all clients, This is none other than Jizzy, the proprietor of the Pleasure Dome. If anybody is out there lonely, first of all, with all the people on this planet walking around, there's no reason for anybody to be lonely. You understand? That's why I'm in the business of keeping people with company. You know what I'm saying? People who got low self-esteem and they need to pick me up. They need to come down to the Pleasure Dome, hang out with me, Jizzy, and my girls. You know what I'm saying? They gonna keep you company, have you feeling good. And this goes for everybody. I don't care who you are, how old you are. So come on down and hang out with me if you're lonely. And I'm gonna tell you something. You won't be lonely from the moment you walk in the door. Somebody's gonna grab your hand. It's gonna be all about to get there from that.
Good grief, that's not the way Lonely Hearts works at all. Is anyone here suffering? I want pain, misery, desolation, all the important things.
Hi, this is Tamara. I'm a stalker.
That's really beautiful. Tell everyone about it.
My man, well, I call him that, even though he's broken off all contact and is married to someone else. I killed the gazelle and sent his heart to him in an envelope. He liked it so much, he told the police and even the newspaper. Then I burnt down his place of business, and now I have a special surprise for him.
You have a great week. Isn't that really beautiful? That's all we have time for. If your heart is lonely, listen to other losers and you won't be lonely anymore. You'll want to spend the rest of your life in isolation, away from people, which is progress after all. Until next time.
I hope you enjoyed Lonely Hearts. It's always fun to laugh at other people's misery, isn't it?
Deal with your ignorance in 1 minute flat. Complex issues in 60 seconds. WCTR.
Let's be honest about things for a second. Really honest. You came out to the West Coast to get away from something. Everyone does. Let's face it, the Midwest is full of retards. That's why we've got the fastest growing population, a massive economy, and absolutely no history or culture. You used to be a dork, but you moved here, and suddenly you're cool. San Andreas is the land where you can be who you want to be. Change your name. Come out. Lie about your age. Form your own religion. Call yourself an actor at wait tables. It just doesn't matter out here. Everybody's at it. Until the awful moment old friends or family come to visit. Janice understands. Maybe it's time to change your identity. Don't let bad memories blow your cover. We'll teach you all the things you need to alienate your family quick. They'll never think of visiting you again. Select from a list of weird religions that involve burning things, singing children's songs backwards, and loads of television worship. We'll select a member of another race or life form for you to claim as your soulmate, and your dietary habits will go Pacific too. People come to San Andreas to escape their past. We'll help you lose contact with friends and family fast. Janice, it's time to invent the new you.
The news and all the other things that really matter to you. Like sensationalist bullshit.
Sexual realignment used to require expensive surgery, months of hormone treatments, years of therapy, and you still ended up looking like a drag queen. Now you can have the woman inside come out in the privacy and comfort of your own home. And it's as fast as this. Slice.
See? Now I'm a woman, thanks to Rapidite. This do-it-yourself sexual realignment kit includes everything you need to go from Brad to Brenda in a jiff. It's just snip, chop, stuff, and swallow, and away you go. Do it in the bathroom and surprise your family with a new you. Comes with an instructional video, rusty knife and tourniquet, 2 aspirins, and 47 pounds of estrogen. It's all you need. When it's time for a change, you want it fast. Rapidite, the do-it-yourself sexual realignment kit. Be exactly who you want to be.
If you love to hear liberals whine and conservatives lecture, then stay tuned for I Say You Say.
Future of America, threatened again. This time we mean it. I'm Dr. Phillips.
And I'm also Dr. Phillips. Today on the show, do cave paintings in museums make us violent?
The anti-beef movement. Both Hitler and Mussolini were vegetarian.
And we take on the highly charged debate about test tube babies and actually talk to water.
I have flashbacks and go into hysterics in science class. You know what it's like growing up in a speaker?
That's all today on I Say You Say. We share last names, but that's about it. I'm Peyton, that's my wife Mary, and this is I Say You Say, where left is right and right is wrong.
Or where East meets West, and the West always wins. That wall came down, darling.
Yes, unfortunately it did. I don't know if you saw today's news, so who is in the right in this great dialectical disaster? Is it, as I think, a case of share and share alike, love your fellow man, and all wear matching jumpsuits while working on a collective hydroponic farm growing potatoes? Or kill or be killed, crush the weak, and starve the poor, as my wonderful wife thinks? You decide, or let us decide for you. Give us a call, and let my wife, a professor in social Darwinism, or me, a lecturer in pointless anthropology, work things out.
That's the problem with liberals. They don't know when to shut up and enjoy freedom. Let's go to the phones.
Yeah, hi. Here's the deal. I'm really funny. Nobody wants to hire somebody funny. I mean, how is that fair? I mean, I'm white, middle class, very erudite, whatever that means. But people just respond badly to me. I don't understand it.
Are you related to my husband?
I don't think so.
I hope not. Have you got a question about politics?
Yeah, sure. I know a lot about politics. Hey, can I do your job? I used to be on the radio back in the day.
Even my husband can't do his job, you strange, pathetic little sap. Let's have a real caller, please.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm a first-time caller to the show. I wanted to know what you guys thought about the proposition to ban smoking.
Well, this is a simple issue. Smoking. Democracy at work again in our state. Seems like a good thing when you first look at it, but democracy only works when you agree with it. Then it's best to favor a totalitarian state. I'm not sure about this one.
I think smoking is an invasion of my body, and I've always wanted to see people. I'm right behind the proposition.
Me too. Thanks, Michelle.
I also wanted to say hi to my stepbrother Phil, who's been undergoing a hair transplant today. Hey Phil, if you're listening, I hope it sticks this time. I won't tell anyone you've got plugs, honey. I'm really proud of you.
That's great, honey. But if you want shout-outs, call the rap station.
That's offensive, and I'm really offended by what you're saying. I'm a smoker. This used to be a free country.
When?
Good point, Dolly. Gotcha. Yes, good point. But remember, our founding fathers grew tobacco. It relaxed them between stressful stints of genocide and witch burning. And you're so against raising taxes, smokers pay more taxes than anyone. My grandfather smoked his whole life. He lived until he was 32. So what I'm saying is, why can't we encourage more smoking and use the money to pay for better health care and some cultural programs, bringing expressive dance and sun worship back to the inner cities?
Worrying about the inner city has ruined your academic career. And this woolly thinking is going to ruin your chances of getting anywhere with me tonight.
Promise?
The thing is, smoking is good because it lets people make a lot of money. But so is selectively culling the population. So what I'm proposing is a change in the proposition. Let people smoke, but make cigarettes much cheaper and force everyone to smoke. That way we weed out the weak, make a lot of money in tax, and keep our national heritage intact.
Line 2, you're on I Say You Say.
I listen every time to your show. It's really made me think about the world in a whole new way. I moved out of the city because it sucks. Now I live in a compound surrounded by barbed wire and shoot and kill anyone I don't recognize on my land. Just want to say thank you. That's some quality broadcasting.
Yeah, thanks. That makes me feel a lot better about myself. Have you got a question?
Yeah, I got corpses from 15 illegal immigrants in my yard. I killed them all myself with my bare hands.
Can I get a tax break for all this unpaid work?
Good question. I would certainly hope so. Ask your accountant if you can register them as dependents. Then hide most of your net worth offshore in a complex money laundering system designed to support the drugs trade. Then you can pay virtually no taxes and complain about how awful you think the whole country is, knowing you're doing as little as possible to help.
Cool, thanks. That's good advice.
I'm appalled at you, Mary Phillips.
Ugh, why?
Because that man has a garden full of corpses and you're talking about money laundering.
Yes, it's a great opportunity for some profit-centric thinking.
You missed a wonderful opportunity to talk about recycling and organ donation.
Oh, God, give me strength. I married a fool.
I married a fool.
You know, when we first met, Peyton, I thought you were so glamorous with your long hair and big ideas. You were studying for a PhD in cultural ceramic history or cross-cultural underwear or something, and I was very young. Very foolish. Now I see you for what you are.
And what's that exactly?
An intellectual cesspit. A middle-class disaster. A guilt trip wrapped in neuroses and completely unable to function in this society. No wonder I've begun to sleep around.
And on that note, we have to go visit our marriage therapist. Who was a conniving bitch and won't write me any more prescriptions for painkillers. Remember, when the left wing and the right wing come together, the country can really get going.
Straight off a cliff. We'll see you next time.
Boy, I can't imagine what those guys are like in the bedroom, but I'm sure it's a bit like the Bay of Pigs. That was I Say, You Say.
At home, at work, or in rehab, listen to WCTR.
Next up, we've got the news. This time, some of it's true. Who are we kidding?
I'm Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Here's everything that matters in simple terms so you can understand. A dire warning from America's gun manufacturers.
Arm yourself or die!
And the Louisiana Purchase, beads for women, plus wallpaper. Something big is happening in home furnishings. Don't be left behind. Our top story. Alan Crawford, manager of the rapper Mad Dog, murdered. Mad Dog recently launched a clothing label and compared himself favorably to Jesus and Gandhi while sniffing a lot. The brutal murder remains unsolved. Police suspect foul play. Richard Burns is at the scene.
No, actually, Leanne, that story wasn't very interesting. So, I rode with San Fierro Police Detective Turk Martin, who was assigned to curtail illegal street racing activities in the countryside surrounding Los Santos and San Fierro.
You know what's really cool? You have to chase these slime balls really fast. And if you hit someone a wreck, that'll be your fault.
Oh, this is so cool. You get to eat while you work? Let me see that. Hey, stop now, bitches, or we'll shoot out your tires.
Put that down!
Ah, dude, don't be a dick. Let me shoot out his tires.
I'm doing like 110 miles an hour right now.
Okay. In foreign news, a heavily discredited former dictator in Latin America is claiming a U.S. government agency sold him weapons in exchange for drugs that are now being sold on the streets of our cities. Government officials strongly deny the claim.
Why would we do something so crazy? We don't need drugs. We have good hookups already. Besides which, do you know how much cocaine is needed to buy a helicopter? It's more than I can snort.
Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Stay worried out there.
Come live the mystery.
Now where's my park? I'll show your kids a great time. It's something they'll never forget and talk about for years to come, especially at therapy sessions.
It's the place for magic and adventure.
Leaving me free to shop and get lipo.
Who's ready for the incredible Dribbles voyage?
Jerry, can we come too?
This is a journey you must undertake alone. It can be dark and scary, so shriek with delight.
What's that hole in the wall for?
You wait and see. You'll be amazed. Fuck this.
Glory Hole Theme Park. Open every day till 3 a.m.
Today, we marched on from Fort Strother after sunrise to a Creek village where troops fought the savages and shot them like dogs.
Honey, it's time for bed.
Hang on a second. I'm killing a squaw. Take that, you pagan bitch.
No. Him and his collaborative miniatures. My husband was getting so bored working
They're instantly collectible and a great value. For just 37 monthly payments of $19.99, you get a starter pack allowing you to recreate the battle of your choice. Show your inability to deal with present-day problems by recreating scenes of mass slaughter from the past.
Reenacting battles is great for your marriage, too. One night, my husband's General Custer. The next, Napoleon. On Saturdays, I'm a Cambodian villager, and he's a GI that has his way with me.
Then I kill her.
Commemorative miniatures. They're not toys. They're very valuable, collectible 2-inch pewter model armies. This is a hobby you can't afford to miss out on.
If you're into exploring exotic places and forbidden fruit, stay tuned. It's The Wild Traveler. Next.
Support for The Wild Traveler is brought to you by the Ultimate Disc in the Dark Association of America, who encourages you to get out and play hard. Hello, I'm James Badiston, World Traveler, and this is The Wild Traveler. We're discussing the world and all of its many pleasures. Let me put it like this. Why have a hot dog from an uncaring vendor by the bathroom when you can attend a beer-guzzling marathon in Germany with enormous men and taste a wonderful German's wurst? The world is full of edible things, and you can discover them for yourself. Come along, I'll take you there. It was dusk, and the sun bled red over the city in Thailand as Chen brought me sparkling water. A delicate, handsome, lovely young boy. The world. The war is folly, and we can only unite by visiting these epochs of culture, where a man can be himself, smoke cigarettes, dress in gladiator clothing if he likes. We mustn't force our way and culture upon other people's. Rather, breathe it in. Become part of it. Maybe Hemingway was right about love. Maybe Freud was. We're all fighting inside to let a wild creature mate in the rain. I travel, therefore I am. This is a show that embraces culture from around the world. Let's take our first caller. Hello?
Yeah, I totally agree with you about Australia. And you're right, the moon is shit. Also, I was thinking of visiting Colombia. Do you have any recommendations?
Oh, yes, fantastic forms of recreation to be had in Colombia. It's a blizzard of excitement. And cheap. The rails are great. And long. Bolivia's not bad either. Or Peru. You'll be surprised to find out how the party never stops.
How's the food?
Well, a lighter is the most you need to cook up food. But there's scarcely time to eat, my boy. You'll meet fascinating people, feel so comfortable you'll rip your clothes off and howl for days. Next caller.
Yeah, hi. My name's Geraldine, calling from Kansas City. This is such a great country. Why would you go anywhere else? It's unpatriotic to travel. I mean, I got war, famine, depression, and pollution right here on my doorstep. And parents, don't let kids Euro-rail after college. They'll come back with ludicrous misconceptions about healthcare, charity, and civilization. Europe is not the real world. This is.
Well, I love to slum about in a dirty youth hostel with communal showers as much as the next man. Sometimes more. But I have to agree, Europe is overrated. Eastern Europe was good for a few years after the wall came down, but even there the police are too strict. You just can't let your hair down. There are far more unexplored pleasures to be had in the Far East. Next caller, you're on The Wild Traveler.
Hey, I've been listening to you go on and on about traveling. Do you know how expensive it is to fly to Asia? Russia saw the light. They're all coming here to set up crime families and run numbers. South America, everyone went extinct there. They have less culture there than the content of my toilet bowl. Rainforest, schmain forest. And Mexico, if I wanted to be that close to my ancient ancestors, I'd be banging my mother-in-law instead of my wife's best friend.
Look, we can fight like beasts or agree to disagree. I'm sure the summit of your aspirations in life is a cheerleader with fake guns, but some of us think a little more exotically than this. Next caller, vamos, buenos dias and noches. If you don't smile, I won't deep. Harder! Sorry, got lost for a second. Speak!
Hey, I love this show. I'm a huge fan. I visit all the places you recommended, and in a lot of them, they're still talking about you. I even saw posters of you in the customs booth at the airport in the Philippines. You rock!
And no doubt, I love Manila. A great time.
But that show you did last week, what was the name of that spiritual center in Bangkok?
The Wild Dragon's Happy Ending. Very spiritual. You will find inner peace.
Awesome. I can't wait. Thanks, man.
Yes, we all love to travel, get away from it all, get away from the people with computers and their databases, the police harassing you for doing nothing. I just hate showing up to some place to enjoy myself and people are being forced from their homes by war or famine or whatever. Careful. Life is great! Stop ruining it! Next caller.
Hey, the FBI wants to talk to me about a perfectly innocent collection of vacation photographs overseas that I had no idea were being taken. I mean, any ignorant fool can misinterpret. I was teaching them how to swim.
I have a lot of experience with this. I want you to stop for a moment and let me read from my travel journal. I think everyone should keep a journal. Paste pictures, notes. Sometimes people object to you taking their picture, but a few pennies of their local currency and they will fawn on you. Some people think this is patronizing, but I think it is fair enough. They need the money and I need the company. Besides which, it is the oldest profession. What? Oh, time for me to head south again. I'm James Pedeaston, and this has been The Traveler.
This is WCTR, committed to bringing you shows like The Wild Traveler, the show that takes you around the world and abandons you at the airport.
If you crave news, WCTR, West Coast Talk Radio.
Next up, it's sensationalist propaganda. I mean the news.
I'm Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Here's what you should think matters. Breaking news. Strange lights spotted over the desert. Here's an eyewitness report.
I seen some strange lights over the desert. Yep, sure did.
Currently, we have no more information. In other news, residents are upset at taxes funding the Los Santos Museum of Natural History.
This fascination with the past is ridiculous. I mean, I've been to Pangea. It was disgusting. Our ancestors were idiots. My grandmother can barely talk, she's so stupid.
Also, organ theft. How to know if you're going to wake up in a bathtub of ice. More gang violence. We go to the streets of Los Santos with Richard Burns.
That's right, Leanne. I'm Richard Burns, and I am in a terrible part of town. A town under siege by hoodlums. Gang and drug wars are plaguing the city.
Hey, you want this bird or what? Yeah, just put it in.
A huge sudden upsurge in cocaine sales have been reported. The street wars between gangs of Ballas and Grove Street hoodlums came to a head recently when several senior Grove Street gang members were killed, while others were incarcerated. The police described that as, and I'm quoting, excellent news. Back to you, Leanne. Hey, is this
Bridges linking Red County and Flint County finally reopened recently after long delays following the earthquake. The governor congratulated himself extensively. In entertainment news, first it was the Budgies, then it was Love Fist. Now the British invasion starts up again, this time from the Scottish village of Manchester. New band The Gurning Chimps are tipped for stardom. We caught up with the lead singer Macker when he landed in Los Santos Airport.
The Gurning Chimps are coming to America, man. We're gonna take over. Mark my words and wipe my fucking ass. Lock up your doors and get the drugs in. Manchester's in the area.
Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Keep it locked on. It's getting worse out there.
The news and all the other things that really matter to you. Like sensationalist bullshit.
Coming up next, it's time for the man who can grow anything big and strong. It's Gardening with Maurice, broadcasting live from his garden.
Howdy doodle, this is Gardening with Maurice, and I am Maurice. Ever since man was kicked out of the garden, he's been striving to get back in. I believe all of life's answers can be found in something as simple as a flower. Its stamen, its pistil, its pollen, just like me and you. We're going to the phones. Hello, you're on Gardening with Maurice. I am Maurice. Go ahead, call.
Yes, thanks for having me on. I'm a big fan. I have a question. My melons are big enough. I thought they were going to keep growing, but they just stopped. My next door neighbor has huge melons, and everyone just fawns over them. Oh, they keep so sweet. Oh, look how firm they are. What do I do?
Ooh, I would love to see your melons. Look, gardening is a spiritual, light journey where you become one with nature. However, sometimes nature needs some chemicals to, kick things into action. There's a fantastic fertilizer I use called pituitarizine. It needs to be injected with a needle, so be very, very careful, and inject that right into your melons and they will grow enormous.
Thanks so much, Maurice. You're the best.
Yes, I know. I've been at one with nature for so long now. sleep inside. Next caller.
God, I was on hold forever. I've heard that facials are great. Really make you look younger.
Oh, yes. Listen, honey, I should know. When you look like a train wreck, you need a little makeup or some such. You sound like a lonely spinster with 2 pussies. Cats.
It's the menopause, Maurice. I'm having hot flashes, okay?
Taking a pause from men, huh? You know, I should try. For your face, try Nature's Cosmetic Camouflage. Cleopatra took milk baths with cereal each morning. Try tomatoes, too. The acid is great. It makes your face just peel right off.
Hey, thanks, Maurice.
That's me fertilizing minds. Enough of you voyeurs out there in your vicarious gardening. I want you to join in on the fun. When you stick your hands in the mystery of nature, timbers so juicy. Hello, Mike from Prickle Pine in Los Venturas.
Hey, Maurice, first-time caller. My name's Mike. I work on my lawn and garden all weekend long because we have this raging Oedipus complex, and I like drinking beer and riding around on the lawnmower too because vibrations are kind of cool. What's really killing me is I can't seem to get these weeds out of the driveway. I tried napalm. I tried gasoline, of course.
Okay, stop. Listen, I want you to listen to me. Are you listening to me, Mark?
It's Mike.
Okay, good. That was a test. I know what your name is. I know it's now listen up. Listen closely. I want you to pave over your entire yard, okay? I want you to just pave it over with cement or asphalt or whatever. Listen, I have the Maurice Mansion completely covered in AstroTurf, inside and outside, which, by the way, is particularly handy in the yard. Now, when your lawn is beautiful and green all year long, you can focus on the important matters, if you get my drift. Gardening with Maurice is sponsored by the Happy Farmer. Yahoo! If you're afraid someone will steal your tomatoes, why not grow tomatoes in your closet indoors? Happy Farmer, hydroponics, and more. Next door to Blotto's. I'm Maurice. Until next time, dig a hole and plant yourself.
That was the show that generates more phone calls than any other on WCTR. Gardening with Maurice.
The news and all the other things that really matter to you, like people dying,
lady on fire, bodies everywhere,
and explosions
hanging from the trees. This accident is really cool.
WCTR.
Need to meet someone very special? Lonely Hearts is next.
Welcome to Lonely Hearts, the place where we make dreams come true, where we bring people together and we remind you about what really matters and matters of the heart. Great abs and a fat mullet. Hi, Lonely Hearts on the phone. Speak.
Hello, my name is Zero. I'm a first-time caller, and to the show. I've used the telephone before, but I am having real trouble with women. I don't know any. Yes, I don't know any.
Well, we all go through lean spells, you know. After a drought, you'll settle for anything that drops out of the sky, especially illegal immigrants stowed away in the landing gear. So exotic.
No. I do. I masturbate quite often, if that's what you're implying. I'm just saying, this is quite a lean spell, lady.
Well, that's too bad. Still, after winter comes spring, and after the rain, the trees blossom and drop leaves and shit all over my yard.
Yes. Well, this is quite a winter. Do you understand what I'm saying? Try a nuclear winter. I've never even been near a woman close enough to grab.
I don't know what to say.
Well, that's odd, considering you give advice.
I don't think I can help. Look, I'm just being honest here. I wouldn't even subject you to a hooker.
Please, lady, I don't want to be celibate.
There's a lot of people out there with a vow of celibacy, and look at all the joy they bring to the world. I'd love to help, but it sounds serious, and I like to keep things strictly trivial. Who's on the phone? How's your heart?
I saw a documentary about this serial killer and fell in love with him. He's been turned down for parole for eating a guard. Oh, poor baby. And I can't get a conjugal visit.
That's so terrifying, maniac. Love doesn't have to be a crime. Like when you would write your name over and over maniacally on a spellbound notebook in class, just wishing he'd turn around during algebra class and say, "Do you want to study tonight?" And then he's so overwhelmed with passion when he sees your polynomials. And then you
Hello, am I on Lonely Heart?
Yes, you are.
Oh, I couldn't tell. I was on hold forever and I heard some pathetic woman weeping about her high school algebra fantasy. Don't you remember how unexperienced you were in high school? It was over in 3 seconds. I could never hold my own.
Oh, yeah? Maybe for you. Do you have a question?
I just can't meet the right person. I want to meet someone special.
Is that your sister?
No, that's just my wife. Look, I need to meet someone really special. Ideally once a week in a motel, wearing leather, speaking German.
That's great. Next caller, hello.
Yes, remember me. I am Fernando Martinez.
Oh, God, not you again. Look, it was a mistake. We all get drunk at funerals. Okay, the heart can only take so much until it explodes or gets clogged with tar from post-passion redwoods. Talk to you soon. Remember, if you're going to smoke in bed, love is like an ashtray. Butts one after another, you feel like shit afterwards, and you wake up with someone else's lighter. We'll see you next time on Lonely Hearts.
No wonder these people are alone. That was Lonely Hearts.
Opinions are free, which is why we're here. It's news and talk that our sponsors agree on. WCTR.
Let's go find out what's really happening in the world. News.
I'm Leanne Forget, WCTR News. We distort, you can't retort. Breaking news. Is skateboarding turning your son gay? Also, San Fierro has been hit by 1/10 scale chaos recently following a series of mini terrorist attacks. Tiny techno-terrorists are suspected. More on that story as it comes in. A district attorney is facing a long jail sentence after he was arrested outside the Vankoff Hotel trying to escape with well over a ton of marijuana. Police are currently investigating claims it was for personal use. Staying with pot. Police are celebrating the destruction of a major haul of marijuana in Flint County recently. Unfortunately, the huge fire caused problems for local wildlife, much of which was found eating chocolate, listening to the same band over and over, and buying fractal artwork. Richard Burns is on the scene.
Oh man, I am wicked baked. Hey man, in the movie, you got shot, but you look great, baby. Hey, who's the guy with the amp? Oh, shit! No, dude, I was just checking to see if she was in heat. No, it's cool, dude. She's your go. Dude, be cool.
Alright. Inhabitants of Bone County reported further inexplicable lights over the desert. Government officials blamed the water supply. And more positive news came from street good guy Big Smoke, who today unveiled his new orphanage in a ceremony in Los Santos.
Yes, thank you. I'd just like to say this is a great day for the impoverished and disadvantaged of Los Santos. And it's a real honor that I am as generous as I am. I remember when I was a little boy, my dear mother would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I said, Mom, I want to be a saint. It's a great opportunity. The Big Smoke Orphanage teaches kids important skills. I was an orphan. I struggled. I saw friends make mistakes and get pulled from the path of righteousness. But now, thanks to the generosity of a great man like me, kids is gonna be safe. Big Smoke, baby. Remember the name.
In crime news, Asian gang trouble in San Fierro is on the rise, with problems developing between Chinese triad gangs and Vietnamese gangs. A government official released this statement.
Hey, if they want to kill each other, let them. It's great. It means your taxes go down.
I'm Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Stay indoors.
You're good, but let's be honest, you're not perfect. And that's not American. We strive to be number one in everything. Sports, politics, economics, homelessness, degeneracy. Los Santos is the home of beauty and glamour for the whole world. Live up to society's expectations. Play your part. Your body is a work of art. Don't leave it half-finished. It's time for your creative plastic surgery. We'll make your face as tight as a drum. We'll suck fat out of your body with an industrial pump. Increase your confidence with fake breasts to ensure people know what you're all about. For more adventurous, wanna try an extra nose or 3 breasts? You know how much men like breasts. Can you imagine how wild they'll go for udders?
My wife was complaining that she did all the work. Carried the baby for 9 months, had painful labor. It's not fair to her my nipples are useless. That's why I had creative plastic surgery. I got a set of udders installed. Now my son can suck my udders while I'm watching the game. The fellas at the bar love them too.
Men never stared lasciviously at my ass. Then I had a tail attached.
Now people can't stop looking.
Beauty is not skin deep, it's less than that. Creative plastic surgery. Achieve your own utopia.
This is WCTR, committed to bringing you shows like The Wild Traveler, even if we received a cease and desist.
Talk is cheap, especially on this station. Featuring more rich, angry people complaining. WCTR.
It's time for a chicken. Cock-a-doodle-doo, it's time for a feast. Eat a 90-piece bucket, you can tell. He's been to the Lucking Bell. The chicken is a bird with a tiny brain. So we assume he doesn't feel anything. We shrink their heads and we breed them fast. 6 wings, 40 breasts, and they're gassed. Cock-a-doodle-doo, we're psychotic crazies. Cock-a-doodle-doo, factory farming's insane. We denied it all before stuck by spell. Come down to the Lucking Bell.
Clucking Bell! If you enjoy it, the chicken didn't die in vain.
The most boring show with a brand new host. Entertaining America with Laszlo.
Welcome to Entertaining America. This is Laszlo. I gotta say it, pardon me, but don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, just unemployed. But I'm back, running the media. God, I love this West Coast vibe. Everybody here's so laid back and lazy. I'm here with a man who gets paid to talk for a living. It's incredible. What a concept. He's called a rapper. Oglock, how are you?
Oglock! It's OG Loke! OG Loke! You hear me, player?
Yes, of course. I hear you. You're only a few feet away, man. Listen, I'm a big fan. I love rap, I think. I mean, singing songs about yourself. That's awesome. How you living?
Straight.
Really? Are you really straight?
What? You gonna question me?
Dude, it's cool. If somebody passes it to me, I don't ask questions. It's probably not laced anyway. So, who out there wants to talk to OG Loke? Caller, you're on Entertaining America.
I love the way you rap about the Louisiana person.
Straight!
You know the French told us Louisiana so we would have a place to show our tits.
My point exactly. Yeah! We need more naked liberty.
Exactly. Look, I'm no rapper, even though I dress like one, but I think I could really get into, getting hammered, singing about setting things on fire, shooting up funerals, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, striking poses, smoking a lid.
Exactly. You see, the Constitution was written on reefer by dudes with wooden teeth. You see, my clothing company, Low Down, home of the G says this.